Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I will be explaining the story and lore of the first FNAF game, and hopefully we'll do the same with the rest in the future. I've already done this with FNAF AR, so I won't be doing another one on FNAF AR. Let's get started. Now just a quick warning that my opinion on when the games take place in the timeline may be different to your beliefs, therefore please don't get angry at me in the comment sections or try to cancel me on Twitter. It's 1993, and we work in the only Freddy's location which is currently open in this specific point in time, and is noticeably smaller than the previous location, which had existed 6 years prior. It's seemingly not doing well, and the location is set to close by the end of 1993, due to no other company wanting to affiliate with Freddy's. The placement of this game within the timeline, in my opinion, is the fourth, taking place after FNAF 4, FNAF's sister location, and FNAF 2. The reason I believe this placement in the timeline is because we know that FNAF 4 is in 1983, FNAF 2 is in 87, and FNAF 1 is in 93. Sister location's placement is the one that still confuses me. However, based on the specific reasons Mike is fired for, and the fact that it makes sense for him to learn what his father has done to then go and attempt to free the souls, I believe that it takes place before FNAF 2. But enough of that, let's continue talking about FNAF 1. In FNAF 1, we play as Michael Afton yet again, in his second attempt to free and save the souls of the missing children incident kids, as seen through one of the reasons he is fired for, tampering with the animatronics. The animatronics in this game are possessed by the souls of the original MCI victims from 1983, as these are the same animatronics they were stuffed into. Maybe not the exact same, but they do have at least parts of the original pre-withered animatronics in them, causing them to still be possessed by the original MCI victims. The main confusing and intriguing animatronic is none other than everyone's favourite, Golden Freddy. He doesn't seem to be an entity who appears as often and as usually as the other four, as he appears either through summoning him through a trick with a poster in the West Hall corner, seen through camera 2B, or through setting the animatronic's AI to 1, 9, 8, and 7 in the custom night menu, getting you instantly killed and jump scared by Golden Freddy. You may have noticed that it gives you the number 1987, which is a specific year in the FNAF lore. However, there is no link between Golden Freddy and 1987, at least not a major thing that we should be thinking about. There are some things to point out about Golden Freddy though. First of all, his iconic phrase, "It's me," which is always displayed on the screen before he attacks and when he appears. One explanation could be that the soul of the bite victim inside of Golden Freddy is reminding Michael that, "It's me, the one you killed." Or since they might think it's William, it could be Cassidy reminding who they think is William that, "It's me, the one you killed." The phrase is also linked to some others throughout the game, for example Foxy's sign in FNAF 1. However, the phrase tends to be linked to Golden Freddy most of the time. Now let's talk about something that I mentioned before, the newspapers that we see in FNAF 1. These contain some information about things like the MCI and more. Let's read and analyze all of them. Kids vanish at local pizzeria. Bodies not found. 2 local children were reportedly lured into a back room during the late hours of operation at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza on the night of June 26th. While video surveillance identified the man responsible and led to his capture following the following morning, the children themselves were never found and are presumed dead. Police think that the suspect dressed as a company mascot to earn the children's trust. This is talking about the first 2 victims of the MCI of 1983, and the killer, William Afton, dressing up in a mascot costume, this being Spring Bonnie. 5 children now reported missing. Suspects convicted. 5 children are now linked to the incident at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, where a man dressed as a cartoon mascot lured them into the back room. While the suspect has been charged, the bodies themselves were never found. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza has been fighting an uphill battle ever since to convince families to return to the pizzeria. It's a tragedy. This next article talks about the full MCI of 1983, stating that all the victims have been reported missing. William Afton is here being charged, but as we later find out, he isn't found to be guilty, even though he most certainly is. Local pizzeria threatened with shutdown over sanitation. Local pizzeria Freddy Fazbear's Pizza has been threatened again with shutdown by the health department over reports of foul odor coming from the much-loved animal mascots. Police were contacted when parents reportedly noticed what appeared to be blood and mucus around the eyes and mouths of the mascots. One parent likened them to the reanimated carcasses. This newspaper is reporting the smell and of the rotting bodies of the MCI victims. Local pizzeria set to close by year's end. After a long struggle to stay in business after the tragedy that took place there many years ago, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza has announced that it will be closing by year's end. Despite a year-long search for a buyer, companies seem unwilling to be associated with the company. These characters will live on, in the hearts of kids. These characters will live on. CEO. This last newspaper article, unlike the others which were about the original Freddy's, is about the current 1993 location. It states that the place will be shut down by the end of 1993. Something to learn from the first newspaper is that it seems that William Afton killed 2 of the kids before the rest, meaning the MCI didn't all take place at the same time. One of these 2 victims is most probably Susie, as heard through Withered Chica's line, "I was first. I have seen everything." Let's talk about something which is quite relevant in this game, the paycheck and the pink fired slip. Firstly, on the paycheck, you are paid $120, which is the minimum wage for 1993. Not surprising that Fazbear Entertainment is paying minimum wage. Secondly, the "you're fired" slip has 2 reasons as to why you're fired. The first one is tampering with the animatronics. This further reinforced how Michael Afton is Mike Schmidt and the protagonist of the game, as he attempts to free the souls through tampering with the animatronics. The second point, odor, is a very controversial point. I will list the different things people think the odor is. Firstly, some people think that it's a random reason added by Fazbear Entertainment due to them firing people for no reason. Others believe that it's due to Michael Afton's rotting from FNAF's sister location after being scooped by Annette and injected with Remnant. Some also believe it's just sweat. I definitely don't think it's sweat, as sweat is a natural thing and everyone sweats. I believe that it's either Fazbear Entertainment coming up with invalid reasons or Mike's rotting from sister location, mostly leaning towards the rotting. And one last thing, no, Foxy is not a good guy. So, thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, subscribe as I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as quickly as possible. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next video.